This is Baba Steve. A beautiful day, and I see Zan smiling, innocent smile, a beautiful smile. Today we're going to talk about Donald Trump and peace of mind. Don't you all want to have peace of mind? And I'm sure he's looking for a peace of mind. I tell you, I was 5 years of age when my father told me that you have everything. And I started looking, do I really have everything? I never understood at that time. But I keep going as I keep going, because since my father was a sannyasi and yogi who was living in this beautiful world of creation, he had no attachment. And I see a smile on his face all the time. In 1967, we moved to United States, and my father came in 1974 along with my mother, moved to United States, and I was practicing in a small town, and he had a little high blood pressure and he was taking his medications. And there, gradually I thought, since I was a practicing physician, and I thought that I'm doing the right thing for him. And I see him, I built for him a prayer room where he brought his own prayer book, and he was totally involved in that. And he was literally a life. He will keep the house clean. And in 1977, it was the month of May, he called me. He said, I can't breathe. I got scared. And I'm thinking, oh, my father, my love, my guru, who was my running well, unconditional love. And he was my real friend. And I told the ladies in the office, I said, look, I'm going home, so please send everybody home. If there's an emergency, we'll attend later on. I came home, I see him, he has a difficulty in breathing. He was in a total congestive failure. I gave him some diuretic, he got out of it, he got better. And I called one of my friends, who was a cardiothoracic surgeon in Plant City, Dr. Hakim, who used to come to our home. And my father knew him. I said, Papa, I need to take you there. I took him to his office, and he examined him, and he says, his aortic valve, I can't hear it. It looks like it's completely closed. I says, so what should we do? He said, look, go to Tampa General Hospital. There's a Dr. Vijay, who's a cardiovascular surgeon, and he's from India. He's a great surgeon. Take to him. He made a call. So next day, I took my father there, and Dr. Vijay, a beautiful soul, a beautiful man, God-fearing person, a surgeon, he looked at my father. And at that time, I was a clean shave. My father was wearing a turban. And there was very, very few Indians at that time. He was the only Sikh gentleman in old Tampa Bay area. And he examined him, and then he did a cardiac catheterization. And he found that his aortic valve is 90% closed. And Vijay is telling me that, look, we can't operate. He will die on the table. I said, Vijay, look, he's going to die anyway, but he's totally conscious. It's not that he wants to die, but you have all the scientific experience, and you have all the cardiovascular experience. You know, nobody can tell about this life. So I will request you to let's give a chance. So he operated. I washed him, and he put a little high valve. And I tell you, the next day, they usually don't take the endotracheal tube out, but my father was so excited, and they had to take it out. And second day, he's walking. And third day, he says, I want to go home. Because he was a prayer warrior. He was attached to his book, we call it a Granth Sahib. That's where he get every day his wisdom. He was totally conscious. He was happy. He has no attachment in this world. And he was calm all the time. And during that period, he ended up with about 17 pills a day. And I'm looking for an answer. Then I met Dr. Sodi Polaris from Mexico City. I visited him. I learned a new technology, a new revolution, a transformation. The man who believed in God, and he showed me the way, the polarizing treatment. And I came back home and I started on my father. And I tell you, in a month, he was off most of his medications, except a blood thinner and a heart pill. And he started walking 1 mile a day because he used to go on his bicycle to work from a small town in Lajpat Nagar to Central Secretariat, which is about 15 miles. And that was his therapy. Otherwise, he would have been dead. After retirement, he stopped doing exercise. And I would not pay attention to. And fortunately, he started putting on exercise and on this polarizing diet. And he became, again, healthy. And he's still doing his prayer every day. He get up 5 o'clock in the morning and do his prayer. And after that, he clean the house. And I tell you, I see the yogi, the sannyasi, and I wanted to become like that. But I was involved in the material world of illusion, collecting money. You know, we all of us are born this world, a union of an egg and the sperm from our mom and dad. And we are lucky we are born as a human being. We could be born as an animal, or a bird, or something else. So the human being is the highest race where we can learn the total witness and the consciousness and a being to ourselves. But the day we are born, we are totally innocent, vibrant, and we have a total, what we call, a unconditional love. And we all are born with that. That is a gift given to us. And what happens as we start growing, we start losing it. We start saying, I want to collect this toy and this toy and this toy. Pretty soon you want to have a job, a house, and a partner in life. And pretty soon you have your own family. And you feel you are totally happy. But you have no peace of mind. And you are running because your mind is running, want to get this thing and that thing and this thing. But our innocence is going away. We are sacrificing our innocence, the childhood, the unconditional love, the unconditional consciousness, the oneness, and we have become a total mind, a confused mind, and we are looking for a peace of mind. But Donald Trump, when I saw him first time on the stage where all the Republican was talking, and I see he is looking for something. He has a longing. He has all the money. He has a beautiful wife. Of course, that's his third wife. It doesn't matter. But he gives unconditional love to all his children, all his grandchildren. And I see he's a vibrant on the TV. He's outspoken. He's attacking every person who was standing on the stage at that time, the first debate which was going on. I remember there were about 10 or 11 of Republicans were there, and he attacked every one of them. And I loved it. I see this man that he's going to become the president. And I wrote the book. In January of 2016, I'm writing in the book, and I'm telling in New Hampshire people that he's going to win. They could not believe it. But I tell you, you think he's honest? No. Because with the honesty and with the truthfulness, he could have never won. It is making people fool. It's a propaganda. He talked against about everybody. He wanted to kill everybody away. He told whatever promise he wanted to say. Because that's a corrupted world. And they are all sleeping. They want to hear the jobs. They want to hear that he's going to get us a car, he's going to get us a house, and he's going to get us all the material things what we need. And he start doing it. And he's doing his right because that's what the society want and that's what he did. How you think he became a multimillionaire? You think he became just with the honesty? No, it's total crookedness, total dishonesty. But that's what the world is. There's nothing we can do. We have to accept that. But he didn't kill anybody. That's one thing, I know that. But he tried his best. But he still has given unconditional love to his family, to children, and his grandchildren. I see a smile. Today I just watched on the TV about 12 o'clock. And he is doing his agenda again, trying to promote all the things he's electing. And he's trying to choose the best people. He's trying to satisfy his mind. But do you think he has a peace of mind? No! He has run away from his innocence. His peace of mind is gone. But I see a little smile. I see a little grin on his face. I think he's probably one of the best presidents which I have seen with a grin, that he knows these are all fools. But he don't want to tell people that I'm a fool also. But he's also a fool. I'm a fool too. But I have become sannyasi. And I have seen him. And he has seen me. He don't know me personally. I know him from his heart. Because I know as soon as I stand away from him, he can see me. The vibration, the energy, the oneness, the wholeness, that is there. You know what a health is? Health is when you are being inside. Nobody can describe what a health is. You can describe disease, you can make a diagnosis, but you cannot describe health. You cannot say a health is without a disease. No, health is a oneness, being inside yourself, wholeness, which nature and the Creator has given you. We are lucky, but we are looking for money, the material things, and that's we are trying to do a peace of mind. One time I read a book called, somebody wrote a book on peace of mind. And I'm reading that book. The guy who wrote the book, he sold millions because everybody's looking. There's a peace thing sitting there. But when I read the book, I see he don't have a peace of mind. He don't even have a peace. And he don't know what is he writing. But you know, if you write an honest way, because when you have peace, your mind is gone. And when you have a mind which is already focused and trying to grab the material world, you are completely occupied. Your innocence is gone. Your honesty is gone. Your truthfulness is gone. Because you have never looked beyond your objectiveness, this objectiveness. You have not gone inside. Because the world, which is the Eastern world, there are people still there. About 10,000 years ago, they were all yogis. But now there's a very, very few people. Now I can tell you one guy now in India itself, Narendra Modi, he's awake. And he's not looking for anything. And you know, on 8th of November, he did a demonetization of the money that is 500 rupees and 1,000 rupees gone. You cannot use it. I loved it. I was there. And this man has a peace. He has a little grin. But he's still not there all the way. What a real yogi or sannyasi, which my father was, he's not there. I lived with my father. And I know when he got sick, my brother took him to his home because he didn't want to go to the hospital. And he got better again. And now he wanted to come home. And he came home. When I was bringing home, he said, I need to go to the bathroom. I took him to McDonald's. It's amazing because they have a clean bathrooms. I stopped on the way. I come back to Clearwater. And he went to his prayer room. He did his prayer. And after the prayer, he said, I want to go to my bed. So I took him upstairs. As I took him upstairs, before he reached to his bed, he sit down and he says, I'm going now. And he had a beautiful smile on his face. He was happy. He said, just don't do anything more to me now. I'm going. And that is a peace of mind. He was no consciously that he was going to go away. He did not end up in a nursing home. He didn't end up in a hospital. He had no life insurance. And that's what all propaganda these people are doing. Listen, buy this insurance. They will take care of your nursing home. Buy this health insurance so you take care of drugs. Because they're all thinking about disease. Disease means there is no easiness. That means your mind is completely confused. You have no peace of mind. A bird, a dog, a cat, have you heard of them talking anything? They have all peace of mind. Yesterday, my wife is talking to me, the 7-year-old, my grandchild, Max, which I talked to him last week. And I've been talking to him, and I'm trying to educate him and the oldest one also, that how you become a witness of yourself, of your this mind and the body. Well, 7-year-old really picked up, and he listened to me carefully, and he became totally conscious. He totally understood the witness, and I taught him. And he's telling, my wife is telling me, he's asking his mom, what is the purpose of this life in this world? What I'm doing? So I told my wife, look, he's really learned what a real life is. He's so smart, and he really understands what a life is, because it usually takes about 7 years to understand that. He's now become strong. She says, yes, he's very strong. I said, don't worry about it. Just let him do what he wants to do. Let him live with nature. Let him grow the way he wants. Let him be a tree. Let the stem grow. Let the branches of the tree grow the way they want. Don't mold him. As you keep molding his innocence will disappear. And his peace of mind will be gone. You seen him? He's so happy. So I'm going to go today and talk to him and give him a hug. And I'm going to say, Maxie, how are you? And I'm now thinking about Donald Trump. And I hope and I meet him one day to wake him up. And I want to show you. Look at this apple. How beautiful this apple is. Look the top and the bottom and the skin. So nice and red. Now this apple is not looking outside. The apple is not looking for any peace. But if you bite this, because the skin is so, you can't even separate the skin. Same thing in our body. Our body inside is totally happy. Totally has a peace of mind. It is our emotions. It is our senses, the complex senses, which have created this agenda. That we want this, we want this, we want a house, we want a car, we want this food. And what has happened? Every manufacturing company who manufacture products, even the drugs, they want to sell you, they propagate, they're brainwashing you. They're telling you need these drugs. I'm sure you heard about Viagra and Cialis. And they're showing it beautifully, a man, a woman, and they are happy. And they are propagating you. Do you really need it? The question is, why? And it's propaganda, making you completely blind because you're sleeping. And they are trying to make you what you call peace of mind. A man will be happy and a woman will be happy. Can you think about it? Sometimes I wonder myself, if the advertisement says if your erection lasts more than 4 years, call your doctor. Man, I can tell you, if any man, and I wish that every reporter and everybody watching this and looking, if you get erection more than a half an hour, your brain will go crazy. You will have a pain like crazy. So think about yourself, being yourself. All things are made. We understand that. FDA is a great thing which we have in this country. But let's become conscious. Let's become the witness of this body. And my request is that please visit Baba Steve and download this book called The Prescriptions for Conditioned Unconsciousness. And I can tell you, it says, Wake Up America. Donald Trump has this book. Hillary Clinton has this book. And I can tell you, I'm sure they read part of it, but they are not there. There's a chapter in this book called The Total transformation. Because we are so much lost over what we call peace of mind. To get back to the innocence, to get back to this wilderness, and get back to the nakedness where we are born with that, you have to do a total transformation. You can't just do a little bit here, a little bit there. And I tell you, if you do a total transformation, and there's a chapter also called the awakening, and if you do a total transformation, it is a total transcendence of your mind. And of course your body also. And there's a chapter on that called the awakening by the master. And if you read these 2 chapters, you will begin to understand that how you can become the witness of this body and the mind. You know, if you eat a chicken one afternoon, and the chicken is converted into your body by your gastrointestinal tract, so you can see how tremendous this body is. It's a total transformation. It's converted into your body itself. The chicken converted into your body. The body is nothing but a heap of food. The mind is nothing but a heap of impression. And the peace of mind, only way you can get it, if you learn how to become the witness of this beautiful body, which is given to you, all of you. And that's where you're beginning to understand what consciousness is, what awareness is, what oneness is, where the duality disappears and you become the part of the existence. And that is what you came with one day. When the first time you were born, the doctor must have tapped on your back and you took the first breath, and that is connected to the existence. And that was your innocence, that was your nakedness. But you have built up all this conditioned unconsciousness, and you are destroying this life one by one, cell by cell, cell by cell. So life expectancy is keep on reducing. You know, you can live more than 300 years. I show you a book yesterday, and I show you again today. And this book is called Kama Sutra Yoga. And I wrote it in 2008 that you can live more than 165 years old, and you can grow, you can increase your growth hormones. And I tell you, if you go to our website, babasteve.org, and just download this book and follow the instructions, and make sure you work with your health practitioner and guide him, he or she, so they can help you, because they have no idea, they're also sleeping. But you can wake them up, you can work with them, so you can get the best result, what you want, a peace of mind. Because you may have a disease. Disease is because it's uneasiness. That's what the stress is. And that's where the disease starts. Whatever disease, the cancer, the heart disease, the diabetic, the arthritis, Alzheimer. And once you become a witness to yourself, you're beginning to understand what this life is, which is vibrating and pulsating at a cellular level. I have this time of my life that I have literally learning every day, and I'm trying to teach everybody. Because the more I teach, the more I learn, the more I run towards that river, because life is a mystic. And every day I have that feeling of wonderful feeling, the vibrating feeling, the energetic feeling. So I request all of you to pay attention to yourself. Get that book and read it. Work with your health practitioner. And I request Donald Trump and his staff to wake up. Keep getting the right people. Stay conscious, which you need in the objective way. But the subjectivity of that is way far. It's called the inner science. The outer science is there. You have hospitals, doctors, and cars, and aeroplanes, and so on. These are all objectives. But once you get in this human body, which is given to you free of charge, without any corruption, which has infinity and the bliss and the wellness and the oneness which you have, all of us have that, and that innocence and that nakedness, and that's what you want to be, and that's what you want to become. And so I request again, Donald Trump, don't think you're awake. You're also sleeping, and your staff is sleeping. And the Western world, where we're looking at peace of mind, it is far away. You know, in India, people are looking for a food, satisfaction to their stomach, piece of meat, piece of food. There's a lot of difference between this mind and to the and to the stomach. There's a big difference. At least they are not looking for a piece of mind. They are looking at a piece of food. And you are all looking for a peace of mind. And this is the Western world. Now we got computer. We got a telephone, which is a one cell. You know, our body has 200 trillion cells, and they're all connected together. And they all have a software and the hardware, and every cell is working unconditionally to make you happy. But your common senses, all these senses are going out, and you're looking for all the objectivity, but you don't know how to go inside. And that's where I am. I can teach you the inner science, the inner being, the oneness, so you can take care of yourself and live a healthy life, which every human being needed, and what Creator and the creation has given you, so you can live a full span of life. And I again request Donald Trump and his staff, so he can live a full life. And that's my object is, and that's my desire is. I'm not looking for any money. I'm not looking for any favor. I want to really touch his candle, light his candle, so that he can stay happy and he has a peace of mind. He can live with that. He can sleep with that. He can deal with the people, and he can deal with his family, and he can deal with himself. The most important thing, because once he becomes oneness with himself, then the whole world is open for him. I thank you. God bless. Namaste. Amen.